Thank
you everyone for joining us today at Levittown Public Library's Stretch Fusion class with Debbie. Today is Thursday, March 30th, 2023, approximately 1:30 p.m. Go ahead, Debbie.
All right, thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. If you've been here in the past, welcome back. And if this is your first time, welcome. Especially those of you in Zoom land, same thing. So we are going to do the same kind of a format with our Stretch Fusion, starting with, to me, the important components of fitness have to do with balance, coordination, and the flexibility and the stretching. And those things will help keep you safe as you age, help keep you, again, preventing falls and stuff like that. If I move an area or tell you to reach in a certain way, if you have any issues, honor your own body. So if you have a shoulder issue and I say come up like this, then go to the level that is appropriate for you. It goes with anything that we're doing, anything that you do in life. Don't do something just because the instructor tells you to do it. Honor your own body. Everybody has their own issues, so stay safe. All right, so we are going to start standing up. So we're going to be standing, seated, and on our mat. So why don't we have a nice rise up? And we're just going to start by getting our breathing going and working from the inside out. So I'm standing with my heels a little bit closer together. My toes are out. And we're going to just bring the arms all the way up overhead and then bring them away. So inhale as you just bring it up, looking up overhead, reach to the sky. Exhale, just come all the way down. Head slightly looking to the ground. So inhale as you come up, just lift the chin a little bit, look up all the way. Exhale, taking it all the way down, looking down towards the ground. We're going to go 2 more times. Inhale all the way up with a reach. Exhale, taking it all the way down. 1 more time. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, taking it all the way down. So we're going to do a little bit of a climbing, kind of moving your hips, moving your arms. I'm going to start with that right arm, just reaching up like you're climbing. And then taking it to the other side. I'm just slightly lifting my heels up. You can just use your arms if you want, just reaching up. Taking it up for 3, just a stretch and a reach. And other side, taking it up for 4 and a reach. We're going to go 1 more each side, taking it all the way up for 5 and a reach. And bringing it all the way down. And we're just going to warm up the spine a little bit by bringing your arms back. Think of yoga cat-cow. As I come in, I'm going to just curl my spine, just bring that back out and come all the way back up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And again, just bring the arms up and over with a curl, pull that belly button in and slowly come all the way up. We're going to go 2 more times like that. The biggest range of motion that is appropriate for you, almost feel like you're diving, come all the way up, open up the chest, 1 more like this, all the way up and over again, like you're diving, all the way up, and then bringing the arms down. So we're going to start out with a little bit of balance series. By balancing, we're working our core as well. So you're just going to place your right foot in front of the left. And you're just opening up the chest. So as you slide or glide your right foot behind the left, you're going to open up from the chest. So slide it back and bring it in front. We're going to go for 4. Slide it back and bring it in front. 2 more, bring it back and in front. 1 more, slide it back. Bringing it in front, and now just align your feet together. Your hands are down. You're going to take it into a slight, think of it like you're going to sit in a chair, but not all the way. So raise the arms up as you slightly sit back. You're going to slide that right leg just out to the side as you open the arms. Slide it back in, and then bring the arms down. The body comes up. So sit it down for 2. Slide it out, back to the center. And come up, taking it for 3, to the side, to the center, and up. Let's go for 2 more, taking it for 4, to the side, center, and up one more. Here's 5, and to the side, to the center, and up. So now I'm just going to bring my palms facing up. I'm going to slide that right leg slightly behind me. And as I tap back a little bit more, I'm going to curl the arms. So yeah, if you need the chair, use the chair. I'm going to curl the arms as I step back a little bit and come back. Good. Step back for 2, curl the arms, bring it back, take it down for 3, and take it back. Going for 2 more, taking it back for 4. And back this last one, you're going to stay back there. Take it back for 5. See if you can just lift your elbows up a little bit. Keep that left leg bent. Bring the right near it so both legs are bent. So now as you tap that right leg back, you're just going to straighten out your arms and then bend. Taking it back for 2. If you need to hold on with one hand, just do the other. Taking it for 3 and come in. 2 more. Taking it for 4 and in. So I'm not moving my body at all. Take it back for 5 and in. And bring it up. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. One thing to keep in mind, when we're back in this position, just the leg and the arms are moving. I'm not bringing my body back in front, just that leg and arm is coming back and forth again, just so we're kind of balancing. But anytime you move anything, it's all good. All right, so now you're going to take that left foot in front. You're going to do all of that stuff on the other side. Hands in center chest. And you're going to just glide or slide it behind you like you're making an arc, half circle, slide it back. Taking it back for 2 and bringing it forward. Take it for 3 and bring it forward. Let's go for 2 more. Taking it for 4 and back, 1 more. Take it for 5 and bring it back. Slide that left foot even with the right. Hands are down, knuckles are facing forward, and go into your imaginary chair. So slightly just sit it down, raise the arms up, slide that left leg out to the side, arms open, take it back in, and come up. And again, taking it down, slide it out, taking it back to center, and up. And if crouching down is too much for you, just stay up straight, to the side, center, 2 more. Taking it down to the side, center, and up. We have 1 more. Taking it down to the side, center, and up. So now I'm turning my palms up. I'm going to slide or break step my left foot back a little bit. So now with this one, as we curl the arms, we are stepping back and the body is moving. So step it back a tiny bit more as you curl. Step it a little bit forward, straighten up. Take it back and take it forward. Take it back for 3 and forward, 2 more. Taking it back for 4 and forward, 1 more, but stay back there. Rotate the elbows up if you can. Slide that left leg even with the right. Now from here, try not to move the body. Just tap the leg out as you straighten out the arm. So tap the leg back, tap it forward, tap it back for 2 and forward. Tap for 3, bringing it back, 2 more. Tap for 4 and forward. Last one, tap for 5, bring it forward and bring the body up. All right, so we're going to do a little more balance. So all of your weight, now your chair is there if you need it. All of the weight's going to be on that left leg as you bring your right knee up. We're going to count to 4. We're going to try to hold it for 6. Unless you think we can go for 8. You want to challenge yourself, up to you. All right, well, let's go for 6. I'll be easy on you. So you're going to bring that right foot up, count of 4, hold for 6, down for 4. So bring it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, and 4. Going 2 more times like that. So bring that knee up, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, and 4. Go 1 more time. Bring it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it down, 2, 3, and 4. So I bet you noticed that that standing leg, the left leg, your calf is probably on fire a little bit. You're feeling it, you're working it. That's a good thing. All right, so now we're going to rock the boat. So take that right foot in front of the left. So there should be a little gap between one foot and the other, just so that you don't catch one on the other. We're going to rock the boat. So just lean forward a tiny bit, lift that back heel up. Lean it back, lift the front toes up. Rock it forward, back heel comes up. Rock it back, front toes lift. Rock it forward, back heel up. Rock it back, front toes up. Lower the front toes, but stay on your tightrope. And now you're going to pick up that right foot and put it behind the left. And now put it back. So we're practicing our balance in motion. Pick up the leg, put it behind. Put it back in front. Take it one more time, put it behind. Put it in front. From here, one more thing, you're gonna think of the numbers on a clock. You're gonna tap 6 times to get that front foot behind, and then tap 6 times to get it back. So here we go, tapping it out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Slide the legs parallel, shake it out, the standing foot if you need to. All right, so we're going to do all of that on the other side. So starting with our balance, lifting the knee up. It's the hardest one. We get that over with first. So lift that left knee up for 4, hold for 6, down for 4. So bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, and 4. Great, do it again. Bring it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, and 4. One more time, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, and 4. All right. So just with a little show of hands, did anybody practice their balance at all this week? No. All right. All right. No tests, no marks. It's okay. All right. So we are going to now take that left foot, put it in front of the right on our tightrope, heel to toe. It's really something you all should practice every day. As we get older, we lose our sense of balance. So we really need to practice it. It'll help you prevent falls and keep you safe. All right, let's lean it forward a little bit, rock the boat, lift the back heels up, lean it back, front toes come up, rock it forward, lift the back heel, rock it back, the front toes come up, and again, taking it forward, the back heel comes up, take it back, front toes up, lower the front toes. So now you're going to actually pick up the left foot, put it behind the right, bring it back in front. 2 more times, pick it up, put it behind. Bring it in front. Last one, put it behind. Bringing it in front. Now we're going to tap the clock. So think of the numbers on the clock. So tapping it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and slide. All right. So we're going to do a little bit coordination, still balanced, but working the body. So you're going to take that the right foot out to the side, the left arm in front, and you're just going to open up from the chest as you slightly lift your right leg. If you have to hold on for safety, hold on, that's okay. So we're only going to go for, let's go for 6 of them. So open it out to the side, slow and controlled for 1, bringing it back, and 2, taking it back, and 3, bring it back, 3 more, here's 4, and back, 2 more, here's 5, take it back, 1 more, and 6, and take it back. We're taking it to the other side. Slight lift, open up from the chest, slow and controlled. And here we go, bringing it up for 1, and back, and 2, and back, and 3, 2 more, and 4, here's 5, last one, and 6. All right, so when you practice this at home, because I'm sure you will, you want to try to avoid, keep your body as straight as you can so that the body's not moving and that you're not doing something like that. So for starters, you probably will because you're trying to balance yourself. But the one thing that you should do is look in the mirror, see how straight you are, and then practice that. All right. So next up, we're going to expand on that a little bit. This time your hands are up overhead. If you have a shoulder issue, lower them as needed. And you're going to lower your left hand and tap the left thigh as you raise your right knee up. We're going to go for 8 of them. So here we go. Tap the leg that's not moving for 1. Take it down. Left hand moves 2. And down. Left hand and 3. I see some right hands moving, but it's okay. And 4. Taking it for 5. Laughing is exercise as well. And 6. And 7. 1 more. And 8. All right, catch us on the other side. Switch sides. Right hand, left leg. Here we go. Taking it for 1. And bring it down. Very good. And 2. And down. And 3. Smiling is important. And 4. Taking it for 5. Just wait until we alternate this. And 6. And 7. Good. So we're tapping the leg that's not moving. And 8. Switch to the other side with a little bit of a march for 1. And switch. And 2. And switch. That's okay. That's okay. 3. And switch. It's my job to confuse you. And 4. And switch. 4 more. Here's 5. And switch. Get the legs first. Don't worry about the arms. And 6. And switch. Just 2 more counts. Here's 7. And switch. Last one. And 8. And other side. And bring it down. Well, we have a lot of things to practice this week, don't we? All right. So we're going to do some arm circles. Excuse me, arm circles, opening up the shoulders. If you have shoulder issues, you can keep your circles small. If you have no issues and you want to just gain flexibility, because that's what stretching is all about, then go for your safest, biggest circles that you can. So palms face forward, taking it forward. Imagine you can touch the ceiling, squeeze the shoulder blades together and take them down. Bringing them forward and around for 2. And squeeze, feel that stretch. Taking it for 3. And back. Take it for 4. All the way down. We're going for 5 in each direction. So here's 5. And take it down. Let's reverse. So now the hands come back and up and around. And 2, little chest stretch here. Taking it for 3. And 4. 1 more. And 5. And taking it down. All right. So we're going to do something that you're always told not to do or that we don't want to do. You're going to create a double chin by sliding your chin back and then sliding the head forward. So slide your chin back and slide it forward. 3 more, slide the chin back and forward. 2 more, slide it back and forward. 1 more, slide the chin back and forward. And now just bring it to its normal position. So now we're just going to take that right ear to the right shoulder 5 times. Try not to let the body move, just the ear to the shoulder. And when the ear comes to the shoulder, try not to twist your chin. A lot of times people don't realize that your head's not just going straight down and up, it's going in all sorts of directions. So we're just going to lower the right ear to the shoulder, taking it down, get that little bit of a stretch and bring it up. Same side, over for 2 and bring it up. So that's another thing, practice, look in the mirror, and 3, and take it up 2 more, taking it down for 4, and up 1 more for 5, and up, good, other side, all the way over, get that nice stretch for 1, and bring that head up. Take it for 2, and up, take it for 3, and up 2 more, and 4, 1 more coming up, and 5, and up. So we're gonna do a little combination. You're gonna turn your head so that you're looking over your right shoulder. Then you're gonna lower your chin, you're gonna bring it up and then come back to the center. So lower the right ear to the right shoulder. And now just turn, so you're looking past the shoulder. Bring the head back up. And now straighten out. Lower the ear. Now twist so that your chin is aiming towards the shoulder, taking it back to the center and up. 2 more, taking it over, twist, bring it up, and then head up. Last one, lower, twist to the center and up. All right, so we're going to look all over that left shoulder, same thing. So just look all the way over the shoulder and bring it back. Look over the shoulder and back. Look over, back. Couple more, looking over, back. 1 more. Look over and back. So let's do that combination. Looking over, drop your chin, lift the chin, come back to the center. Look over, drop the chin, lift, and center. So there's many different combinations we can do. Look over, drop, lift, and center. Just 2 more. Look over, drop, lift, center. Last one. Look over the shoulder, drop, bring it up, and taking it to the center. So we're going to do some shoulder shrugs. You're going to bring your shoulders all the way up. Think of a turtleneck. So bring the shoulders all the way up, like a turtle is bringing its head down into its shell, and then drop the shoulders down, bringing it up for 2, and take it down a little faster now, up for 3, taking it down, up for 4, and down. 1 more, up for 5, and down. We're going to rotate the shoulders forward. So bring them around for 1, 2, we work on the upper back muscles here, and 4, 1 more, and 5, reverse it up and around for 1, and 2, taking it for 3, and 4, and 5, and bringing the arms down. So we're going to use our chair as a little bit of a prop. I'm just turning the chair so that you can see what I'm doing. You will be standing behind your chair. So in this position, up nice and tall, you're going to take that right leg and step it back. And you'll feel a little bit of a stretch in the front of the thigh into the hip. My front leg is just soft. I'm not really bending it, it's soft. Now I'm just going to push my hip forward, trying not to lean back and feeling it in the lower back, just pushing that hip forward, getting a stretch in the hip flexors. Now, if you don't have knee issues and you know you can bend down a little bit, then try it. You're getting a little bit of a deeper stretch as you're coming down, feeling it in the front of the thigh. If that affects your knee, stand up straight. Don't put yourself in a position that's going to hurt yourself. And from here, we're just standing up straight. I'm going to lower that right heel down, getting a stretch in the ankle and the calf. And from here, I'm going to keep my upper body straight. I'm going to bend at the hips, flat back, feeling a stretch in the front leg, but in the back of that leg. And then bringing myself up. We're going to switch so that we're bringing the other leg back. So bring your left leg back, step it pretty far back. Press that left hip forward, but don't arch your back and feel it in the lower back at all. Want to feel it in the front of the thigh into that hip. If you're able to dip a little bit lower, like you did on the other side, then give it a shot. If it doesn't work for you, then don't. And then you're going to straighten out the legs. You're going to lower that heel, getting a stretch in the calf. Hinging at the hips, keeping the back flat, getting a stretch now in the back of that front leg. And then bringing yourself back up. So if you don't continue to stretch your muscles, they shorten, especially the calf muscles. And on chest, those are the two areas that if your chest muscles are tight, it brings you in like this. And little by little, your body gets used to that bent over position. And then it becomes hard to straighten up. Same thing with calves. I had an aunt who wore like 4-inch spiked heels all the time. Got to the point where she couldn't take them off because it was too painful. She couldn't lower her heels down to the ground. So she would be in her pajamas and she would have these spiked heels because she could not straighten out her legs. It was too painful. So our muscles shorten and then they stay that way. So we want to make sure that we just hit all the areas. Right. So we are going to have a seat and do some seated stretches. So you just pull it off your chair. So we are going to bring our arms forward and around. We're going to incorporate some arm circles with some opening up the chest. So you're going to bring your arms forward and around. And when you come behind you, you're going to reach for the back of your chair. So if you do have shoulder issues which doesn't allow you to come all the way around, either make them really small, reach for the back of the chair, or just directly reach back to the chair. Again, do what's good for you. So I'm just going to bring my arms forward, up, open up from the chest, reach behind, reach for the back of the chair, and lean forward a little bit, opening up the chest. And be mindful of these chairs because the edge of the chair is curved, so it could let it rock forward a little bit. So you don't want it to slide out from under you. And then just release. We're going to do that again. So bringing the arms forward, all the way up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, reach for the back of the chair, then lean forward, using that back of the chair for a little bit of leverage. So that as you lean forward, it's pulling your arms back, giving yourself a stretch. If anything hurts, don't do it, ease up. So we're going to go one more time like that, bringing the arms forward. Reach, each time it's stretch, you're lengthening all the way up and around, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together, reaching for the back of the chair, engage the abs, pull the belly button in and just slide as you lean yourself forward, opening up that chest. And slowly bringing yourself back up. So we're going to bring our left arm out to the side, about chest height. You don't want to be up over the shoulder. Take that right hand and just flip it so your palm is up. You're going to cross over, keeping that arm straight. Take the left hand, reach for the forearm, and then keep the arm straight as you just hug it in a little bit. Lower the arm so that the hand shouldn't be up over the shoulder like this. Just lower it down a little bit. You don't want to strain your shoulders. So shoulder stretch. If it doesn't feel good, ease up on it. If it really doesn't feel good, then just release the arm. So we're going to take that same arm, reach it out front like you want to reach for me. And bring your right hand underneath the elbow. Help that arm all the way up. Reach as high up as you can. From here, try bending, reaching your fingers towards your shoulders. Now, there's many different ways that you can do this. You can either stay here and push. If you're getting enough of a stretch, stay here. Or you can take that right arm, if you don't feel like you're twisted like a pretzel, bringing it up and over. If you're struggling to get your arm up here, then you should really have it in front. If you're not struggling, then that's okay. You're getting a good stretch. And then if you can, slightly lean over to your right, getting even deeper stretch. Again, if something doesn't feel good, stop. And bringing yourself all the way up and bringing the arm down. So same hands, taking it forward like you're saying stop. You're going to gently bring the fingers back. Be mindful, wrist issues or anything like that. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. So you should feel that stretch in the underside of the forearm and a little bit in the fingers. If you want a deeper stretch, flip the palm up and bring the fingers down. Gets a deeper stretch. If that's too deep, go back to the other way. And then just release that hand. Let that hand just flop over very, very gently. Just give it a little bit of a press in. Not really hard like you would do the opposite direction. And now the same thing on the other side. So we're going to start with bringing the arm all the way out to the side. On your lap, that left hand is palm up. You're crossing in front of your chest. The arm stays straight. Let that left hand just reach for your forearm and then bring it back in all the way, guiding it in. If it's too much, ease up. And now extend that right arm out, really reach. Feel that stretch. Hand underneath the back, on top of the arm. Fingers reach all the way to the sky. Reach as high as you can, as if you can touch the ceiling. You might get a great stretch just like this. Bend the arm if you want even deeper stretch, if that's okay for you. Come up and over if that works for you. If you struggle to get there, then it's not the stretch for you. Just go back to the prior position. And now slightly lean to the left, getting a nice stretch. And bringing yourself all the way back up, releasing that arm. You're going to bring the hand out like you're saying stop. Gently bring the fingers back. Feel the stretch in the underside of the forearm and a little bit in the fingers. If you want that deeper stretch, palm faces up, fingers come down. If that's too much for you, go back to a prior stretch. Then you're going to release the hand, let it flop over, and gentle, very gentle press in. Now I try to layer my stretches, and you can release that hand with level of intensity, starting out with the easier and moving on, moving on, moving on. So it's up to you to know where you have to stop. Some other people may go forward because they may be more flexible. Don't care about what anyone else is doing, just care about what feels good for you. And if at each stretch I do for the same body part, I try to increase the intensity so that there's something for everyone. So we're going to get back to the neck a little bit. We did a little bit side to side, up and down. You're going to just be very careful with this. You're going to lower the right ear to the right shoulder. That might feel good for you. You may want to stay there. If you don't have neck issues, you can take the right fingertips at the left temple and add a little bit of resistance there. You can also layer it by reaching the left fingertips towards the floor. Each move should feel a little more intense. If it's too intense, go back to the prior move. A little bit more intense would be to take the left hand and place it behind your back. If that's too much, go back to the other one. But you can feel that little level of tension and intensity with each move that we do. And you can take the hand from behind the back, release the hand at your head, slowly bring your head up. So now you're going to lower the left ear to the left shoulder. Again, stay there. Feel how that stretch feels. For the deeper stretch, you can take your left fingertips at the right temple, applying a little bit of pressure there. The deeper stretch would be now to take that right hand towards the floor. You can feel each move you make makes it a little bit more intense. You can also take that right hand behind your back if you think that works for you. And then you're releasing the hand that's behind the back, releasing the hand at the head, slowly bringing the head up. So we are going to bring our hands facing front, palms forward. You're going to inhale as you bring your palms up overhead. The palms are going to face each other, but you're not going to touch. And then you're going to rotate them forward and drop the elbows. So inhale, as the palms come up, they face each other. Exhale, drop the elbows, the palms face forward, squeeze the shoulder blades, open up the chest. Inhale as the palms come up, they don't touch. Exhale as you drop the elbows, palms rotate forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up the chest. One more like this, all the way up, but this time the palms will touch overhead. Exhale as they come to the center of your chest, heart center. So I borrow a little bit from yoga here. And breathe normally now. So you're going to rotate your fingers so they are facing towards me. And now come all the way back up towards the ceiling. And now the fingers are going to rotate towards yourself. It's a little more awkward, so don't force it. Just go as far as you can. And again, the fingers come up and over towards me. And then the fingers come up and over towards yourself. And then just bringing the hands down. So we're going to do a little bit of lower body. So for these next group of exercises, you can sit forward on the chair, but just be mindful of the way that chair rocks forward. So be careful. So I'm taking mine slightly on the side and I have the corner there, so there's less chance of rocking it. So I'm going to bring that right leg out with the heel down and the toes are up. When you have a leg or any joint or body part fully extended, you never want to put your hand on it and put pressure on it because you're going to hurt the joint. But what you can do is lean forward, reaching towards your toe. Again, be mindful of the chair. If you're more flexible and can reach past the toes, then do that. Again, just stay in the position. I'm holding onto the chair here from behind just so that I don't slide off. You should feel that stretch in the back of the thigh, also in the calf area. And then slowly bring yourself back up. You can also, we're going to open up the hip flexors into that groin area where the muscles attach to the pelvis. So you can take your right foot two places, either cross at the ankle and you're going to open up that hip. So we can all start there. If you have hip surgery issues, replacements, again, know what you can and can't do. To take it a little deeper, if you can, take that right ankle in the center of the left thigh, but don't struggle to get there, stay safe. So now once you're up here, you feel that stretch in the right glute area. It's called a figure four stretch because if you look down, it's a backwards upside down four. If you can press into that inner thigh a little bit, and then if you can lean forward a little bit, be mindful, every move you make, register, where am I feeling that? What is stretching? Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? And now slowly bring yourself up. So now I'm going to take the left hand in the center of my right thigh. I'm going to use the thigh for leverage as I twist to look all the way over. So looking all the way over. And taking it back to the center. And I'm just going to rotate my ankle 5 times around for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse that for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So some of these movements you can do during commercial breaks at home. Just rotate the ankle, get everything moving, keep it flexible, because you'll your body will appreciate doing that. So we're just going to pick that leg up, put it next to the other, and we're just going to do the same stuff on the other side. So you're going to bring that left leg out, heel down, toe up. Don't put pressure on that extended leg, but reach towards your foot if you can. Try to keep your back as flat as you can, trying not to round over. Ideally, we should be holding our stretches at least 30 to 60 seconds. So then you can slowly bring yourself back up. Again, you can cross at the ankle, opening up the hip. The next level would be to take the ankle on top of that right thigh, if you can do that, otherwise leave it down there. Pressing into the thigh, again, be mindful of your hips if you have any issues. And now be mindful of what you're feeling, flat back, lean forward as if you want the chest to touch the calf. Think of where you're feeling that, let it register what you're feeling. And then slowly bring yourself back up. You're going to take the right hand in the center of that left thigh, push into it as you just twist to look over your shoulder. So even if your foot's down here, you're going to get a good twist here, whether it's down or up. And bringing yourself back to the center while the leg is there. Even if it's lower, you can still rotate it. So rotate that around for 1, 2, 3, nice and slow and controlled, and 4, and 5. And now you're going to reverse it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you can bring the legs down. So I'm going to borrow a little more from yoga. We're going to do a variation of a warrior position. So it's not quite the same. We will go into some of them, but I'm bringing my legs out nice and wide. I'm going to start by just pressing into the thighs, leaning forward, keeping my back flat. Again, every move you make, let it register. Where am I feeling this? Does it feel good? And now I'm just going to slightly rotate so that the right shoulder is down towards the floor. The left shoulder is coming behind. As I do that, I'm actually pushing into that thigh a little bit more. It's just because if you're turning the body that way, you're pushing into the thigh a little bit more. And then rotating back up and now dropping the other shoulder, left shoulder down towards the floor. Getting a nice stretch in your hip area. Taking it back to the center. Now in this position, I'm still leaning forward with a flat back. I'm going to curl the back, leaning back, and then slowly bringing myself all the way up. Now from here, I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides, and I'm going to layer into a pseudo warrior position. So the arms are out to the sides, lower them if you need to. We're going to lean towards the right. I'm going to place my right forearm on my thigh as I look up towards the ceiling, getting a stretch in the torso. And then I'm just going to, if you can stay here or reach that right hand towards the floor. To safely bring yourself up, slide the hand to the thigh, bring yourself up. Arms are out to the side. And now take it to the other side, taking it down, forearm on the thigh, up towards the ceiling, getting that nice stretch. The next level would be to take the left hand towards the floor. Feeling that nice stretch in the little muscles that are in between your rib cage. Sliding that forearm back to the thigh, helping yourself come back up and bringing the arms down. So we're going to take it to the next level. So you can leave your right leg the way it is. The left leg is going to come out to the side. Now the true way would be having your toes face forward. If that bothers your foot or leg in any way, then just put your foot wherever it's comfortable. So you're going to bring your arms to the side, taking it into a warrior again, but with a different leg position. So you're going to lean to the right, placing the hand on the thigh, up towards the ceiling. If you can reach it down towards the floor, taking it down towards the floor. Place the hand back on the thigh if you need help getting up. We're going to take it into a reverse. So you can take the left hand at your hip as a modification, reach it up. If you're able to reach towards the floor, reach it down towards the floor. Getting a deeper stretch. Placing that left hand back on the hip helping yourself up, arms to the side, and then drop them down. So now switch your legs. So now that left is bent, the right is out straight, toes are forward if you can, but don't twist in a position that's not good for you. Put your right leg any way that is good for you. Arms are out to the side. And now we're going to take it towards the left, again, stopping with the arm on the forearm first, reaching up. If you're able to, then take that left hand down towards the floor. You can slide the arm back to that thigh to help yourself come up. Take the right hand to the hip. For starters, reaching it all the way up. And if you want to take it to the next level, take that right hand and bring it down towards the floor. And bringing yourself all the way up. Bringing the arms down, bringing the legs in. Right. So we are going to just do a little bit of some foot pedaling, and then we're just going to lift the heels up and lower them down. So you're going to start with the right heel first. We're just going to go 5 of them like you're kind of on a pedal. So right heel up and the left. Good. Taking it for 2 and switch. 3, switch 2 more. 4, switch 1 more. 5 and switch both heels down. So now lift both heels all the way up, all the way down. Taking up for 2 and down. Up for 3 and down 2 more. Taking it up for 4 and down. Last one, up for 5 and down. So now lift the toes up, hold it there, and then lower that down. If you want to feel the muscle working, you can just place your hand right on the shin, lift the toes up, and you feel the muscle here just moving. And then take it down. Lift it up and down 2 more. Lift it up. 1 more. Lift it up and down. So we work our calves a lot, but sometimes we don't really know what to do to work the front of the shins. So we're going to do 5 sets of 8 toe taps, and then we're going to take it down to the mat. So we're going to do really fast, where you're going to do both toes like that, counting to 8. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how fast your toes are going to move. You're going to try. All right. So here we go. Tap the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. You can practice that too in front of the TV, watching all the commercials. You can practice that. All right. So we're going to take ourselves down to the mat. We're going to be extending our hands and feet to the other side of the room. And then you're going to have a nice deep inhale and exhale. So you can start out, as those of you who are not coming down to the mat or not comfortable with that, you can start in your chair by just reaching your hands and feet in the opposite direction. So extend your hands and feet in the opposite direction. Just imagine that someone has taken hold of your wrists and your ankles, and they are pulling you in the opposite direction. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And again, nice deep inhale and exhale. And just breathe normally. And now, whether you're on the chair, whether you're standing, whether you're on your mat, you can take your hands on either side of your rib cage. When you inhale, I want you to breathe into the hands. I want you to feel the rib cage expanding out to the sides. So nice deep inhale, feel that rib cage expand. Exhale, let all the air out and feel that rib cage knit together. And again, nice deep inhale, the rib cage expands. Exhale, rib cage knit together. And then just breathe normally. So you're going to slowly bring your right knee in towards your chest. You're reaching behind the thigh, just hugging it in. You're going to try to do that seated as well. It works okay. Of course, you're not bringing your leg up over the head, just extending it out. So we're going to go for 3 extensions. Just extend the leg up, feel the stretch, and then bend and extend for 2 and bend. And you can do a seated extension and extend for 3 and bend. Then you're going to place the left hand on the outside of the right leg and just bring it over to the side a little bit, getting a stretch in the outer thigh. You can try extending your right arm out to the side, turning your head looking towards that right hand. And taking it back to the center. And you're just going to release that leg when your foot touches the floor. Extend it out straight or just bring it down if you're in the chair. And now taking it to the other side, bring that left knee into your chest. Extend the leg 3 times. So just slowly bring it up for 1 and then bend, or just extend it out straight, and 2 and bend 1 more time, and 3 and bend. And then you can place that right hand on the outside of that left leg and just bring it over a little bit, extending that left arm out, turning your head, looking left. And taking it back to the center. And just lowering that foot down, keeping that leg bent. If you have your strap, you can take that right foot and place it in the loop of the strap. And just extend that leg out, flex your foot. And then slowly bring that foot up towards the ceiling. And we're going to inhale and exhale to a count of 4. On the exhale, you're going to try to just bring the leg in a tiny bit more. Or if you're seated and leaning that leg out, you can lean into it like we did earlier with the heel down and the toe up, reaching for that. It's the same stretch. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Resume breathing normally, continue holding your position. And then you're going to ease up and just bring the right ankle in the center of the thigh, just like we did before when we crossed it over, or you can cross it at the ankle like we did before. It's the same stretch that we did seated, but it's just a little variation. You can also place the right hand in the right inner thigh, press the leg away, opening up the hip, just like we did earlier. So you can stay here if you're in the chair. If you're on a mat and you're able to, you're going to bring that left knee into your chest, reaching for the shin, bringing that leg in. If that doesn't work for you, then just keep that foot on the ground. Again, this is our figure 4 stretch. When you were leaning forward in that seated position and you were leaning your chest towards your shin, it's the same thing that we did seated. So then you can just release that leg, slowly lower that left foot to the mat, right foot to the mat. And then you can reach for your strap again, putting it underneath the left foot, extending the leg out, flexing your foot, again, like we did earlier with the heel down, toes up, reaching towards the toes. If you have the strap, you can reach the foot up towards the ceiling. If you're in your chair, you can lean forward. And then you can try placing your left ankle in the center of the right leg like we did on the chair, or cross it at the ankle like you did if that was better for you. You're going to place your left hand in the left inner thigh, push the leg away. And then ease up on that inner thigh. If you can, bring that right knee in towards your chest, or if you're on the chair, lean forward, flat back like we did earlier. I'm reaching for the shin, bringing that knee in, getting a stretch in the glute. This is our figure 4 stretch where I said, look down and you have a backwards upside down 4. So it's the same stretch. And then releasing that leg, slowly lowering that right foot to the mat, left foot to the mat. And we're going to take it onto our sides, if you can. You're going to place your hand either on your thigh and just push the leg back, or reach for the ankle if you're able to. We're just getting a nice stretch in the front of the thigh. So if coming up in this position isn't good for you, then just push the leg back, getting a little stretch. It's the same stretch that we did when we were standing, and I said push your hip forward. We're just trying to reach in different ways just to show you the difference of the different stretches for the same body parts. We're going to take it over to the other side. So you're just either pushing the leg back or reaching for the ankle, whatever works best for you. Now, I often see a lot of people standing up, reaching for their ankle. It's safer to do it in a down position if you're going to do it at all, because standing up, it's hard to reach for the ankle. You can throw your back out. So another way to stretch that would be like we did earlier in the back of the chair, or just pushing that leg back. And then we're just easing up. So we're going to make our way to a standing position. So come up in a way that you know is safe for you to do. If you need the chair, grab onto the chair. If you need your neighbor to help you up, I'm sure they'll help you up. All right, so we're standing up here. So we are going to interlace our fingers in front of us. And now just extend the knuckles out farther, reaching out, kind of curling that upper back, stretching out. And now bring your hands in towards your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And again, just reach it out, curl the back, reaching all the way forward. Bringing the hands into the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And now you're going to extend the hands out, but now flip the palms if you can. Reach it out. Ease up a little bit, reach up towards the ceiling, all the way up. Slightly taking it over to the left, getting that stretch in the chest area, into the armpit, up to the sky again, taking it over to the right, back up to the center, bringing the arms down. So I'm bringing my heels closer together. My palms are forward. As we inhale, we're going to lift the heels if you can. You're going to lift the hands, and you're going to lift the eyes up towards the ceiling. So inhale up, heels up, hands up, eyes up. Exhale, palms down, heels down, eyes down to the ground. One more time. Inhale up, bring everything up. Exhale down, bring everything down. I want to thank all of you for joining me today. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day. Keep warm. Thank you. If you came in late, see me so I can report you.